What's up guys, Henry Neil here, and today we'll be taking a look at the brand new MIUI 12 released by Xiaomi. Although this is the beta version, I've already installed it on my Xiaomi Mi Note 10, and I'll be giving you a lowdown of the features and design changes that Xiaomi has introduced in this one. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications to be notified when I put up new videos. Now, MIUI has been cleaned up. This is the newest version from Xiaomi, and I like the direction that Xiaomi is going with this one. They've taken a lot of cues from iOS to clean up the look and feel of Xiaomi's skin over Android, and you can see it from the animations to the design and to the rounded corners all over the operating system. Now, the first thing I'm going to be showing you on the new MIUI 12 is the notifications and also the control panel. Now, just imagine that your phone is split into two halves. The left half here is for notifications and the right half here is for your control center. So when you swipe down from the left side of your page, you can see all your notifications here, and when you swipe up, they go off. And if you swipe down on the right side, you can see your control center, and again you can just see the little animations that Xiaomi has introduced on this new skin. I mean, it just makes things look really good, and a lot of the UI visuals are now rounded off. You can see all the rounded edges on this one, and it just makes it look good. Again, I'm going to do that swipe down, and you see the bounce on notifications there. I mean, just check this out, looks really good. So let's take a look at the control center. This is a complete overhaul from what we had in MIUI 11, and just let me quickly grab my Mi 8 here to show you what the control center on the notifications panel used to look like. So this was what the notification panel on MIUI 11 looked like, and this is what it looks like now on MIUI 12. You can see the huge differences and the huge design change that Xiaomi has employed here, and I absolutely love what Xiaomi has done with MIUI 12. So let me just take you quickly through the control center here. This, in my opinion, is a huge copy of Apple's control center, but it is a very excellent copy. I mean, if you're going to copy something, you better copy it properly and make it even better. And I believe that Xiaomi has implemented it even way better than what Apple did. And just like in the Apple fashion, if you want to see other options, you can just click on the corner there and you can select a different option for your mobile data there. The same thing goes with your Wi-Fi connection. So you can just click on the corner and you can see the extra settings over there. Now, one of the things that Xiaomi also introduced here is those little animations, and I just want to show you that. I'm going to bring this closer here. Now, check this out. If I turn off my mobile data here and I turn it on, you can just see that tiny little animation that happens with the arrows there. I mean, just makes this thing really satisfying. Same with the Wi-Fi here. If I turn it on, you can see those tiny little animations over there. I mean, these tiny little things may not matter to a lot of you there, but in the subconscious, when you look at these things every day, they just make the OS or the overall UI more satisfying. Again, on the last option here, if you click on the edge there, you can either select your step counter, or you can select the screen on time, or you can select how much data you've consumed in a day. But I like to leave this on my step counter, and so we're just going to leave it at that. Now, like iOS's control center as well, you also have all these toggles down here, but in iOS you do not have the option to expand this to view more toggles. On MIUI here, they've implemented it beautifully. You can expand here to view all the toggles, and also you can just collapse it if you want. And again, if you want to edit these toggles to either add or remove some of them, you can just click on this icon up here, and then you can see all the options to add or remove some of them. Now, there's something I would like all of you to know. This is a beta version of the software, so some things may not work as smooth as they should. Some buttons may not work as fast as they should. For instance, this button here, it took me a while to click on it. You should expect that in a beta version of the software. Over time, while they refine the software, it's going to get better. So that's it for the control center. You can see what it looks like here. It looks absolutely beautiful. So the home screen just looks absolutely normal. It doesn't look like there's any huge change or anything different here. But the little change I'm going to tell you about here is in the app animation. So if I open an application, you can see the way it comes up. And if I swipe up to go back home, it goes back to that location where the app came from. Check, for instance, Twitter. I open up Twitter, I swipe back, it takes it back to where the app came from. Instagram, the same. If I swipe back, it takes it back to where the app came from. Those little things are what make this operating system or the skin of MIUI over Android really interesting to use. So one other thing I'd like to show you is how notifications come in for chat applications. So I'm just going to quickly send myself a message here, and you can see how it comes up here. So you can easily click the reply button here to reply, and you can just type in there and reply without having to go into the app. These little things are what make this operating system really beautiful, and it just makes me want to use this all the time. Now, Xiaomi has really done a very good job with the design of this thing, making it not look like Android in any way. I mean, if you're using this phone, you don't feel like you're using an Android phone. It just looks like it's a phone that stands alone on its own. Apart from the applications you have, the whole system animation and just the flow of the system makes it look like you're using a completely different phone. So let's head into settings here and see what the settings page is like. Now, this is the new settings page from MIUI 12, and as you can see, a lot of things here has been cleaned up. Unlike what you had on MIUI 11, they've done a lot of clean up in here, and they've also introduced a lot of infographic, which I'll be showing you. So let's head into my device here, and you can just see what happened there with the storage section. And just look at this. Let me show you something. If I twist my phone, you can just see the storage section there, like you have a liquid in a container, and that just looks absolutely gorgeous. And when you head into the storage location there, it gives you this awesome infographic on how your phone is using up storage. You can also click in here to free up storage, and you can see the animation that goes in there, little orange balls dropping into the big white ball, and it turns just a bit orange. And when I clean this up, all those orange balls are out and again up there. It's just these little things that make it more enjoyable when you're using this skin of Android. Again, I can just tap in here and show you what version of MIUI I'm using, and you can see that it's MIUI 12 over there. So I want to show you that this is actually an Android 10 install. So the version of Android here is Android 10. So this is MIUI 12 over Android 10, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So for the display section, you have a bunch of settings here, but I just quickly want to show you the color scheme here. You have three options: auto, saturated, and standard. And now I want to show you the dark mode. But before I do it, let me show you anti-flicker mode. I have this turned on so that you can have a clear video. If I turn the anti-flicker mode off, you can see all the banding going on in the video. So I just like to leave it on when I'm making a video here. Here is the dark mode, and just like you have on MIUI 11, but there's a trick here that makes it really cool. So check this out. When I turn off dark mode, you can see that this is the regular setting here. But when I turn on dark mode, you have extra options that has to do with the dark mode settings. So you can go in and set your dark mode for individual third-party apps. If I turn it off, those options automatically disappear. I mean, the little things, guys, the little things just makes this whole OS impressive. Okay, let's head into always on display. You have a ton of options to pick from, a ton of options. There's so many, but I like this one I've used here. It's the kaleidoscope option, and I just love the way it looks. And let me quickly show you what it looks like. I'm turning up my phone here and see the way it turns on. So let's go into the next part here, which is for notifications. You have an option to change your notification shade. Now I have it set to Android. If I swipe down here, you can see the way it looks. The logo is here and the message here. If I change it to MIUI, you see the way it looks. It's a bit different from what the Android version looks like. Now, the next part I want to show you here is the battery and performance section. And you can see the animation in the battery and performance section. Again, these little animations that Xiaomi has introduced across the whole UI. You can go into the usage section here and it calculates and shows you that little graph. If you want to see it in bar chart format, you can just come up and click there and it shows you. All these things just make this phone feel better and doesn't make it look like you're using an Android phone in a way. So let's go into the wallpaper section. This is what the wallpaper section look like. Now, because I'm using the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 and it's not a flagship device, I don't have the option for the super wallpapers. If I had a Redmi K20 Pro or a Xiaomi Mi Note 10, I would have had those options for the super wallpaper. But I have my Xiaomi Mi 8 here, which is also a flagship device, and I'm going to be installing MIUI 12 on this and seeing what that super wallpaper option looks like. So guys, this is an overall look of what MIUI 12 on Android 10 looks like. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love what Xiaomi has done with this. And as you know, Xiaomi has also introduced the Android 10 gestures, so you can just swipe between your apps using the bar. You don't have to go into recents. You can just do that from the button here. You can swipe back and forth through all the apps that you have open, and then when you want to view all the apps you have open, you can just swipe up and hold, and you can see that beautiful animation over there. So there's one more thing. There's also something here on the recent menu screen that Xiaomi has introduced, and that's floating windows. So if you click on that, you can see a bunch of apps that you can put in the floating window mode. So if I pick, say, YouTube now, it puts it in a floating window. You can drag using the black bar up here. I mean, to just drag this around wherever you want. You can resize by taking from the corner of the app and resize it the way you want it. And then if you want to take this back into full screen mode, you can just hold this bar on the bottom, drag to the bottom and leave it, and it takes it to full bar mode. Now if you're in full screen mode as you have here, you can also return to the floating window by dragging up and taking it to the left corner there, and it puts it in floating window mode, which is quite nifty. I really like what Xiaomi has done here. I don't know how many people will use this all the time, but if you'd like to do some multitasking, then this could be something you would definitely like to use. Again, if you want to dismiss the floating window, you can just drag and swipe up like you would from the home screen. So guys, that's a little overview of Xiaomi's MIUI 12. Xiaomi has really cleaned up things here, and I'm loving the direction that MIUI 12 is going. Again, this is a beta version, the first beta version for MIUI 12, so everything here won't be perfect. I mean, some things are just going to be a little bit sketchy. If you have any questions on this MIUI skin, you can leave them down in the comment section. If you'd like to know how I install this on my Mi Note 10, you can leave a comment down in the comment section, and also hit the like button. If we hit 500 likes, then I will make an installation guide video for you. Thanks for watching this video, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.